What's going on, YouTube? Thanks for tuning back into another video. So I thought we'd do today's video on more of like an update, aftermath, what happened at the track. So if you watched the last video, the end of it, I told you that I lost the alternator belt. I went back and reviewed the data logs, and it's pretty evident that the voltage dropped significantly whenever I exited the water box. So I went ahead and picked up an alternator belt. We swapped in the Hunter tuned injectors, so we'll go over that here in a few, and we're getting ready for some E85. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so the way that everything kind of ended up happening, I'm gonna go ahead and flip the camera around and show you alternator belt. The one that I bought was only 31 inches and it's super tight, but went ahead and installed that. Nothing really different about it, but I'm going to show you the injectors. So here we go. So alternator belt's back on the car. It checks out proper voltage. Back to normal, probably just an old belt, but I spent most of my afternoon yesterday soldering in the new pigtails. These are, I believe, out of like a 2005-ish G-Van or like an LS platform. Comes in like a Silverado. It's a LS based flex fuel injector. So the dead times that Hunter gave me were a little adjustment needed, but he'll give you those. He sends you the pigtails, and they just plug right in. The only thing you have to have are these top hats, and you can get them off eBay. They're like 11, 12 bucks. Check all your O-rings, get everything installed, and then you can go right into Honda or Neptune or whatever software you're using and tune out the details. But we got these put in yesterday. Adjusted the rail pressure back to 43 pounds. So the little baby VMS gauge over here is doing its job. It seems to be working fine. And spent some time last night with Will doing some team viewer and adjusting out the map. So we got everything hooked up, and I've got all my chargers and stuff in here. But for the most part, I'm going to put some data logs in here so you can kind of see the graph, and you can kind of tell what's going on. Last night, after Will tuned the car to like an idling state, I ended up driving it up the street and took it for a decent little pass. It's really the third time it's ever been on the road, so every time I get it on the highway, it seems like it's a different animal. It's a lot of fun, but this car, it won't pass the emissions where I live. So right now it's just a track-oriented vehicle. So with that data log, ended up being super rich. I got into boost. A lot of it was part throttle cruising. So we're going to worry about that when we actually put E85 in the car. Right now it's got a little bit of 93 that I'll need to pump out, and then I'll need to capture, go get some E85. It's about an hour drive, so I'm trying to work out some details and maybe have a container. If you use something for E85 storage, leave me a comment and let me know what you use, and I may take that into consideration too. But overall, the car's back under its own power, running around, driving around. I've got it back on the Integra wheels. The wheels are supposed to be spoken for, so James, if you still want them, leave me a comment. If I don't see a comment from you, then they're up for grabs. And if you're interested in a set of LS Integra mesh wheels, they're 15 inches. They've got really good tires. I'll sell them for 250 bucks. I just don't need them anymore. So let me know, guys. But we'll go ahead and swap around here, and I'll show you what's coming next. The next thing on the list is to fix the shifter. So whenever I bought the car, everything was just in it, and the more I've driven it at the track and the rougher I've been on it, the more little things that I've found. So whenever you're shifting from first to second gear, just straight back, the shifter actually comes loose. And what I mean by that is it's threaded down here right above the ball. So there's no real way to like lock it in unless I use some Loctite or JB Weld. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull this out, put some Loctite, try Loctite first, and see if that'll hold it. Because right now, whenever I'm grabbing second gear, this whole thing's like twisting left. And you can see like for one, it's too far forward. I'm a pretty big guy, and sitting where I do it, it's like I'm leaning up towards the front of the car. But we'll go ahead and pull the ball out, turn it around, and then put this back in with some Loctite on it, and hopefully get everything snugged up. I also want to replace the bushing down here with one of the urethane bushings, and then there's one on the transmission as well. So overall, I think that'll fix it. And then we're going to add a hydro brake. So I'm probably going to go ahead and remove both of these seats. I'll be selling those shortly. They're NRG black with red stitching. They're in overall good shape, but I'll post those up shortly if you're interested in that. The next thing I want to change is going to be the exhaust. I spoke with Mike last night, and I'm going to try to work something out to where I can get the car up there, and we're going to do hood exits for the dump tube and for the downpipe. Right now it's a 3-inch outlet, and we've had to step it down to a 2.5. It's 2.5 all the way back. It's V-band down here at the catalytic converter, or where it should be. There's currently just a test pipe in the car, but all of this is actually going to be for sale. So it'll be a complete exhaust, 2.5 inches back, V-band, hangers, rubber grommets, hardware, everything you need. I'm probably even going to include the bottom dump tube if Mike tells me we're not going to reuse it, because both of these will be coming up out of the hood, and we'll get it a nice little beauty ring up here. But if you're interested in the exhaust, leave me a comment. I'll connect with you on like Facebook, and we can chat about it. I don't know how much I'm going to sell it for. I don't remember how much I paid to have it built, but it's been on the car maybe 15 passes in the garage. It's where the car stays, lives most of its time when it's not at the track, so it can't be hurt, if anything, just lightly used. So that pretty much wraps it up. Video's a little different. Normally the last few you've seen has just been a lot of racing, but if you like the flow and you like seeing the update on the car and kind of some of the progress along the way, let me know. Hit the like button, smash it. I'm going to be working with Mike up at FabMD, or the Fabrication Doctor, a little bit more here. Trying to work out some details. We are going to go VTEC. Just got to work out all the particulars. Among that, there is a couple other things we're going to be doing, using Infamous Motorsports, do some parts and some work together there as well. So stay tuned for some videos from these guys. We need to get away from this lawnmower, so we'll cut the video there, and stay tuned. Appreciate it. Thanks.